So this video is just tips for my younger self if I literally, I literally can't go back in time. So this is just tips that I would tell my younger self if like I was struggling with girls and like my main goal is getting girls right now, right? So the first thing is the best thing you could possibly do is get experiences with girls, right? So this can just be with like, friends and stuff like that. Talk to more girls, be more friends with the girls. What this is going to do is basically you're just going to um know thy enemy, right? If you talk to a lot of girls and you have like a lot of them are your friends and stuff like that, and you're comfortable with talking to girls, when it comes to talking to girls that you like, it's kind of basically the same thing, right? But you just add a little bit more like seductive aspects into it, okay? If you are struggling with like getting the girl in the first place, one of the best ways you could probably do is literally go indirectly and be friends with her friends, right? And then join, like, infiltrate the group, right? Say like she has a group around her, just infiltrate the group, be friends with one of her friends, join the group, and you slowly, like, she will slowly begin to like notice you, and all you have to do is just get their attention, and you have to make some what's it called, you have to make some like you have to become like a walking contradiction, right? Something that contradicts one another. What is contradictory is basically like, good and bad, like opposites of one another, right? But you have to have both of these qualities in your character, okay? Let's say that I come off, you see the way I'm dressed? Let's say I come off the way, I kind of come off mean. I might come off like, rude, or like the way I dress, right? But I'm actually a genuinely nice guy. Like, I'm pretty chill. I'm like chiller than 90% of the people out here, right? So I contradict right there. I look cool, I'm like that, but like I generally don't care. So like I'm just like a chill, nice guy and stuff like that. So you could do that with like, if you have physical heatness, like if you're physically hot and like, you're emotionally cold, you're kind of contradicting yourself, right? You're all sweaty, but like you're cold and numb. That's contradiction right there. Also, you can use it into your character, right? Let's say you have a reputation of being like a really nice guy, or like really nice and like stuff like that. Or if you were really mean, hint at something really nice, right? So one of the best ways you can do this is, since like I'm naturally calm, I'm naturally like rational, I'm like pretty chill. Like I don't really think that much because like I meditate for like hours on end, like almost daily. So like, but I'm still like human, right? Like I still kind of get mad here and there. I still overthink about stuff and stuff like that. But one fuck, what was I getting at? One thing that could really help you is really the breath, right? Also, yeah. Okay, since I'm chill, if I was irrational, like if I showed like a hint of like irrational here and there, like let's say like I get like really angry and then like I just go back to normal for a little bit, people start to think, and then once you get the people to think, they start to begin to fantasize, or like start to like, fantasizing is kind of like, they just active imagination, right? They're just gonna start thinking about you more. They're gonna be like, oh shit, like why is Zach mad right now, what's going on? Like he's usually nice, with like something must be really wrong if he's like really like mad right now, right? So that kind of contradicts one of the things, and it gets their attention, and it gets them to notice, and it might get them to react a certain way, right? They might get anxious, they might get scared, they might get confused, they might get shy or anything like that, right? But it just gets them thinking, and it also gives them something to think about, right? If I was going to use this with a girl, what one thing I could do is like be really nice, like I'm really not like be a gentleman, but then also be like an asshole at the same time, right? Like I know it sounds bad, but like, girls like having fun. Literally, I had a girl tell me one time that like I don't fight with her enough, like, play fight. So it's kind of like playfully playing with her, right? Also, never take anything a girl says as seriously. Like anything, your word is above hers, and that's probably like one of the best tips I could probably give you, right? Imagine her as like a little girl, right? If a little girl called you a poopy head, or like was talking shit to you, would you really take it that serious, right? Probably not, right? So every time you're like talking with your girl, be playful with her, right? See her as like a um like a little girl. Don't take her so seriously, especially like if she's complaining or anything like that. It's one of the best ways to actually get past like all the tests that these girls are like trying to give out, right? A lot of girls will complain and like complain. Trust me, she will not get any easier. And like probably like when you first get with her, if especially if you're trying to like do self improvement or anything like that, like if you're like continually growing out of your life and continually building yourself, basically you will most likely outgrow your first couple relationships, right? Because let's say like you're in like middle school, high school, or like anything like that, your first couple relationships are gonna be very mid because we don't really know what we're doing, right? Nobody in this world actually knows what they're doing. We're just all trying our best and hoping for the best, right? So it's probably not gonna be that best. She's not gonna be the best girl for you. Don't take any disrespect. If she's hitting you, do not stay in that situation. Don't if it's playful hitting and stuff like that, like she gets like a little mad because you made her mad, like yeah, maybe that's okay. But like if she's like dead on like fucking like slapping the shit out of you or something, hell no, get out that way. Um yeah, so the girls will complain, and what this is basically happening, right? She's basically being irrational, right? She has all these emotions, and when she's angry, her emotions like filter her brain. Like when you're mad, you kind of think more of being mad, right? But your way as a guy, or like the man of the relationship, you're supposed to be as calm as possible, like as rational as possible, and seeing all these like BS things, right? If she is probably like mad or upset at you, like say that you did something to make her upset. I remember one time I got I got this girl's Instagram because like we were friends at school, and I got it in front of like one of the girls I was talking to when I was like play spinning and stuff like that. She got really mad, and then like I didn't even know. She would be mad at me, but like she would still like want to kiss me and stuff like that. Either way, she's thinking about me. But yeah, I did something that I wanted to do and it made her mad. Okay, don't be scared to do whatever you want to do. That's another tip that I can give you, right? Just don't be scared shitless to do what you want to do, right? If I don't want to go see her, I'm just like, okay, I don't want to go see her. If I want to go do this, you can also invite her out to something that you're already doing in the first place. You don't even have to plan an evening out for her, right? It doesn't take that much maintenance. But if you want to be more seductive and get this girl to like fall in love with you in the long run, I do recommend like setting up the seduction, getting to know the person, getting the information, and being able to use it against her, not against her, but like for her and stuff like that. I will say that if you struggle with knowing if this girl likes you or not, literally just go up and talk to her. See if her face gets red, she blushes, she gets anxious, she gets happy, she gets sad, she gets scared. Any emotion that you can like get out of her that is like not neutral is a really good sign for you that you have like influence over her, right? She's gonna like you more. She's gonna there's desire there. Okay. Also, I would go for like more shy girls, sad shy girls or anything like that, because they actually have a need and a desire, right? Every time that we're sad or like we don't feel good, we might desire that sugary food, right? We might desire that that junk food, the scrolling and stuff like that. Like those are like seductions that's like constantly happening us daily, right? But when we're happy, we're not really craving all that stuff. We're not really thinking when we're happy. That's why I'm like, you have to relax as much as possible, right? So one of the best ways I can give you, like I'm talking like this tip is gonna help you in all areas of life, business, fitness, girls, anything, social life, anything. And it's so simple yet so free, but so many people don't know how to actually like use it properly. And people don't like take it for granted every single day. And I didn't even know about it, right? I don't even blame people. We just don't know how tight we are, right? So one of the best ways to like heal your past trauma, because your trauma is holding you back. I'm gonna be dead honest with you. All your tightness in your body right now is like trauma manifested, right? Trauma is basically unprocessed emotions, and like when it's unprocessed, I want you to imagine like a beach ball, and when you put it underwater, it's kind of like what was gonna happen? It's just gonna come right back up. So every time you try to suppress those emotions, right? You actually like you get tight. You get tight. You're way tighter than you are right now. Your shoulders are supposed to be way down. Your neck is supposed to relax. Your jaw is supposed to be relaxed. You can actually feel your seat and your nose when you breathe in. That's how relaxed you need to be. And this is where all your power comes from in the first place, right? So I recommend doing mindfulness meditation or just putting all your focus right here, okay? Do some stretching, do some yoga. It's gonna make you way smarter. You're gonna be making way more money, way more rational decisions, and it's just gonna 10x your life in all areas, right? Plus, you're not gonna be complaining in your head as much. Like low key, having a silent head is like one of the best perks of life that I have gotten from meditating so far, because like I'm not complaining about all the big orders or anything like that. I'm perfectly satisfied where I am right now. And by doing that, like even if you're in like a shitty place, imagine if you can relax in like the most shittiest place ever. You're going to have way much more power, way much more control over your life than someone who is going to be like reacting to every little thing, right? You can't be acting to every little thing that your girl is saying. If she is cussing or doing anything like this, it's probably just a wake up call for you to get your shit together, right? Anytime that like I would make my girl mad, let's say like I'm like, you know, messing around with her, like I remember I accidentally like dropped a girl like I dropped her like 3 times, like 3 different times, not at the same time, right? So I thought it would be funny. So like oh wait, she's on top of me, and I thought it'd be funny if I like pushed her back and then like caught her, you know, like scare her and stuff like that. I kind of missed, and she kind of fell back, but you know, like she forgave me. She still liked me, but afterward, like you know, like you have to kind of be loving after that because like you kind of did mess up. But you know, scare her here and there, surprise her, play with her emotions, make her sad, make her mad. One of the best ways to get better at seducing somebody is literally get better at giving gifts, right? Understand your target, understand what they like, understand their taste. You know, you can dress up for them. If you know that they like this certain type of dress, or like this certain type of outfit, wear it for them on like a date, or wear it for them on like a hangout, right? And also, what's it called, if you know that they like this certain type of plushie, right? Let's one of my exes liked Hello Kitty plushies, and like she liked Hello Kitty, and she like really she really liked frogs, right? So I you could just buy, I'll give you an example. I'll just buy her a freaking frog plush, right? I'll buy her a frog plush, and by doing that, I am also probably just gonna buy her like some flowers or like some candies or anything like that. Then I would probably go to her house, place the flowers on like kind of like have it like lead somewhere, right? Have you seen like the rose petals and stuff like that? You know, when people are trying to be romantic and stuff like that, it's kind of the same thing, right? Lead them out of their house, or like have them follow this straight path and have like a little surprise for them, you know? One time I woke up in the morning and I was texting this girl, and I was literally like, "Hey, what's it called? Hey, I'm outside your window," because like that's something really good to do. Like especially play with people's imagination, especially when it comes to girls. If you can play with their imaginations, they're gonna be thinking about you way more often. You're gonna be putting them in these scenarios that like you don't even have to be there physically for, right? You don't even have to put her in the scenario. If I can get her to imagine that like we are like in Paris or some shit, she's gonna be fantasizing about me a lot more than someone who's like literally just talking about the basic matters, like, oh, how many brothers and sisters you got, like, yeah, that's kind of important. But like if you are starting to get to like know this girl, be the therapist, ask as many questions as you need, but try and make them like strategic, right? Also have her, if you're getting a gift, right, be surprise her, okay? One of the best ways, like if I don't know her ring size, or I don't know her her clothes size or anything like that, what one of the best things I could do is like, okay, I tell her in the future, like before I even do it, like like it's good to probably know these things like after a while, after y'all get comfortable, or like before and stuff. And you can say like you're just trying to be friends or anything like that, but I would probably put like quote unquote, don't put quote unquote, but like you can copy what I say right here. I would probably say, hey, what's your shoe size, or what's your shirts? Like, give them as many things as you can, right? Shoes, shirt, hat, pants, or anything like that. Ask about it, see what their size is, or you can just ask their friends, their neighbors, or have someone else ask for you. That's one of the best. Oh, not neighbors, not neighbors, but like you can ask someone else who would know, right? Like you can ask your parents or anything like that. You're like, oh yeah, I'm trying to get her a gift, whatever. Okay, the surprise, right? You get her the gift, then the surprise. Okay, so I told this girl, let's go back to the story. I told this girl, what's it called? Fuck, I forgot. Oh yeah, I told her like I'm outside her window, like come check, okay? She looks out, she's like, no, no, you didn't. Like she knew I wasn't there, but like she's like, no, you're not. And I was like, oh fuck. but it gave me the bright idea to go actually do that. And so I went to Walmart, I got the plushies, I got her favorite snacks, and I also got what's it called, a piece of paper that says I see you, and I'll put like the devil emoji with like some googly eyes or like some eyeballs. Homemade drawing, by the way. And what I did was I pulled up to her house. Like, obviously, don't do this to somebody, especially if you're not like as close to them. Like, I was able to do this because like I was close to her and stuff like that. Like, I've been to her house multiple times. She actually wanted me to stay after I did it, but basically, I ran up to her room. I put the plushie on her windshield, and the snacks and the note. I knocked on the thing, and I just dipped. I literally just dipped from the house, and like I'm pretty sure she heard it. I scared her, right? So by scaring her in that scenario, she's gonna be thinking about me way more. And then also by me not being there afterwards, it kind of made her more mad. So she's gonna be thinking about me way more after that, right? So don't put too much pressure. Like, yeah, you can do that. Like, and you could stay in the scenario, but like for me, I personally just did because I didn't want to be there. Like, just do what you want, but like like you did something nice and you felt like a Chad, right? You showed a little bit of love. Okay. One thing I will say is tell yourself I deserve the best. By doing this, you are going to literally 10 10 extra life. Like I'm telling you, right? Even to the girls that it comes with, right? I deserve the best when it comes to girls. I deserve the best when it comes to my bed. I deserve the best when it comes to everything. You deserve the best in everything in this lifetime. Do not let anyone else say you won't or don't deserve any of it, right? Because like you first of all, you can't even let yourself tell yourself that, right? It's that important, okay? Well, the breath is probably like the most important in this video, but that's one of the most important things too, okay? Because your mindset, like like a four can literally bag a 10 if he has confidence, okay? Another thing that I will give you, and it does tie back to the breathing because, like I'm telling you, like the breathing is fucking fire as fuck. Okay, if you are struggling like with cold approaching and like you're not really good at talking to girls or like you overthink when it comes to like actually going to cold approach. Because I remember when I was younger, I used to cold approach girls and I used to think like, oh, I can't do that. Oh, she's talking to her friends. Oh, like, oh, this, oh, that, or that. Like the best thing I could probably give you is just like to like turn off your brain and just go walk up to her and just say hi or give her a compliment. Like one of the best things that you could probably do to get people to like be more prone to your influence is just be like give them a genuine compliment. Like if you see something that like you like on her, like her shoes, her necklace, like I give guys all the time like compliments about her chain. Like I'm not their chain, but I'm not gay, like I'm just saying like it's something that you can compliment, right? You can compliment her jacket, her pants, anything. Okay, if she takes it, then yeah, but like just be like, oh, okay. Just be confident about it and then just go ask for her name. You can be friend. You can like try and become her friends. I recommend approaching indirectly. Like don't go straight up for like the seduction. Like just be your friend and then you play the long game because like that is way more fulfilling. But make sure it's a girl that you genuinely like. There's no worse thing than having sex with somebody like you don't even like that much, right? Like I one of the times like like I had like a 10 out of 10 girl, like she just looked good, like she was like a 10 out of 10. But I also had like the girl that like I actually had feelings for, like I genuinely like I liked pursuing her, and like I got really creative with all the seduction things, right? Because I genuinely cared for her, right? When it came to the 10 out of 10, like yeah, she was hot and stuff like that, but like it just felt like so boring. It felt pointless. I didn't even like it. I didn't even enjoy it sometimes. Like I would rather just go home or anything like that. So I don't know, maybe like I just have the abundance mindset and like I can just have whatever I want, but like um just go for the girls that you generally like. I feel like a lot of people don't go for girls that they like and they are stuck with girls that they don't like, or they feel bad for rejecting people, because I used to feel bad for rejecting people and I used to just say, oh, I have a girlfriend from another school, or I have this or I have that, right? If you're ever trying to reject a girl, literally just say like, oh, I have a girlfriend, sorry, and then yeah, just dip, just lie about it. I don't know how many times I lied about having a girlfriend when I didn't even have one. One time this girl in my biology class, she literally said, I told the class, or not told the class, but like I said it pretty loud to where people could overhear. I said like I'm part Chinese because I am. And then this girl, she gives me a look. She's like playing with her fingers too. She's like, "Oh, you're part Chinese," and then she's like, I watched Squid Game and I'm like, what the fuck? Like what? Like she was trying to flirt with me. She had confidence. I respect it. She had the ball. She had confidence to say in front of the whole class. She got rejected in front of the whole class. I told her I got a girlfriend and stuff like that. I lied. Uh, but you become an object of desire. Like other people, you also position yourself into where like if you have a girlfriend, you're probably gonna attract way more girls because you're less needy. You don't have you already have the girlfriend. Like the space is filled up. But all these girls are gonna see that you're an object of desire and they're gonna want to come for you. So sometimes you might have to play the girlfriend card, right? Like sometimes you might have to lie and just say like, "Oh, I have a girlfriend," and like it's either you reject them or like it just creates some tension. Like you shouldn't be. It makes the seduction more erotic. Like if you want more tips with that, I'm about to sell some courses that later this week where it's called the art of seduction, and basically it's just like a full guide on how to seduce somebody from the beginning to end. And yeah, that's just self promo, but it's not out right now. So yeah. Anyways, let's see. What's another tip I could probably give you? Yes. Okay. If you want to feel like a Chad and like begin your day, okay? I used to start off my day waking up like an hour before school. So waking up at 6 so I can work out. And then when I work out, like it just depends on like when you can do it, right? But like I work out before I go to school. I meditate, I gratitude journal, then I would just go straight to working out. After I would do that, I would like eat healthy. But like, stuff like that. Like, yeah, that's important, but like, you just have to feel like a Chad, right? You have to be as comfortable as possible. One of the best ways to get as comfortable as possible is breathing as deeply and calming down as much as you can. That's why I'm like, come back to the breath, meditate over and over again. I spend days, multiple hours a day, just focusing on my breath alone. This is gonna make me more money than thinking of some other BS about like what Stacy is talking about me or anything like that, right? And also it helps you deal with people. It makes you understand people more, and it also makes you less reactive when it comes to dealing with like annoying people, especially like out in public and stuff like that. So I just recommend you just chill, bro. Just chill, relax, do what you want, get as comfortable as possible. If you are tight and you have tension in your neck, body, or any part of it, try and relax it as much as you can. Take a deep breath right now, and if you feel that tightness in your neck, like you're probably like this right now, like you probably don't even notice, right? Drop your shoulders, go down, and like trust me, it's gonna take days, but the more you like take a deep breath, it's basically like healing your body. Okay, the more deep breaths you're gonna get, the more likely you're going to make better decisions. You're not gonna crave that porn, you're not gonna crave the junk food, you're not gonna crave the scrolling on social medias or anything like that. You might actually be able to build the business, right? When I started meditating, I literally shifted like gears and I was able to manifest this YouTube channel, and I still be like working on it to this day. So it's one of the most important things, especially if you're trying to start something or if you overthink a lot. Okay, if you overthink a lot, and especially if it comes to talking to girls, that's why I said earlier, just take a deep breath, and before anything, and like during it too, like say before a date or like before anything else, literally just give yourself some, yeah, literally just breathe. Okay, breathe as much as you can, as deeply as possible. Like, yeah, it might seem hard, but like the more deep breaths you take, the better your life is going to be in the long run, right? It's slow, but it's totally worth it, right? It takes maybe months, years, or any of those sorts like that, but if you start now, I'm telling you, will be ahead of 90% of the people out here. Okay, and your sleep is gonna be way better. You're gonna be more confident. You're gonna have like way more dopamine because like you're not craving all the overstimulating stuff, the video games, the TikTok, the junk food and stuff like that. You're gonna make better decisions. Your skin's gonna get better. You're gonna be way more skinnier. You're actually gonna like eat less, right? You're actually gonna be fasting way more often, and you're actually gonna be able to like drink water and like not have to drink anything else. I literally forget to like eat like sometimes. It's crazy. So yeah, just if you're struggling with anything like that, if you have any other tip, like one of the best tips, literally just breathe and tell yourself you're a fucking Chad. Okay, that's another really good one. Affirmations are really important. Tell yourself I am confident, I am confident, I am confident, like over and over again, in your head, especially when you're in this deep relaxed state, right? When you're in your this deep relaxed state, you're basically telling your subconscious mind a direct message, especially if you can add emotion into it, right? It's basically what manifesting is, right? If I visualize myself having a bunch of money in my hands, and like, I genuinely believe that and I feel as it was true right now, I wait like 2, 3, 4 days, there's gonna be a lot of money in my hands, right? I was able to manifest like a shit ton of money from that. But also your purpose comes before your girl, okay? It just depends on whatever goal you're on right now. It could be girls, it could be social life, or it can be work and business. Okay. Those are basically the three categories that you need to like focus on. But you can obviously like read books, cook, and like, have hobbies and stuff like that. But I'm saying like you just have to put all your focus on one area at a time, especially if you're very young. Okay, if you are like maybe like 14, maybe 11, not 11, maybe like, around like puberty, like 11 through like 18, I recommend like just, or maybe not 18, maybe like 16, read books. Also focus on bodybuilding. Okay, this is going to help you with so many girls. You're going to be way more confident when it comes to all the other guys, because all the other guys are probably just playing video games, just like doing not so good things. They're just messing around, they're just fucking around, and you can get ahead of them just by literally just reading a book that you genuinely like, right? If you want to focus on like your career for the future and you are trying to be like an influencer or a content creator, I recommend reading books. Literally just read books about what you like and put all your focus in what you generally like to do. So basically just do what you like, align with what your body wants to do, and trust me, it will work. Add that to your breath, and like you just trust your instinct, and I'm telling you, bro, your life is gonna manifest like 10x. Okay. Um, let's see. Affirmations. I'm a Chad. Oh yeah. If you think a girl wants to f you, then she probably will after that. Like, I know it sounds crazy, but like if you can like implement that into your mind, right? You're like, yeah, this girl wants me. She wants me so bad. Like it's crazy how bad like she wants me. You're gonna start like filtering out your mind to where like it actually happens. Like you're gonna see it a lot more. Plus, it's gonna put you in the mindset, and like the body, like your body language is gonna change, your voice is gonna change, everything's gonna change. It's basically just gonna make it actually happen in the first place, right? But also you have to visualize it at the end. Okay, let me give you an example. If I was trying to get this girl's Instagram, Snapchat, or anything, like she's a 10 out of 10 girl, right? I go and I'm like trying to cold approach. One of the best things I could possibly do is like visualize her phone number or like her Instagram in my phone right now, as if it was already done. Live as if in the end. Okay, the more visually you can make it, the better, and the more you can feel it, the better. Okay, this is basically just gonna put you in the state to where you actually make it happen. Okay, and just trust it. Don't overthink it, because if you overthink it, then it's not gonna work. Okay, that's why I'm like, never stress, relax, and chill. And one of the best ways is literally breathing. That's why I'm telling you, breathing is like one of the most important things in this lifetime. I'm telling you, focus everything on your breath, or like right here, like when you have your eyes closed, while meditating. This is a tip for meditating. If you have your, just put all your focus right here. Literally look up like 90, like my eyeballs are right here. Look up to here, put all your attention there, and breathe in as deeply as possible. Even if you feel like you can't go anymore, I feel like you can go more, and you just keep on going. And it's one of the best ways if you struggle with deep breathing at first. Okay. Anyways, y'all have a great night. I love y'all. Y'all guys be safe. Don't die. And yeah, bye.